Uh, Audio is not there. Okay. I guess now audio is there. Am I audible to everyone? Akif, happy. Good evening. So, how are you all? I guess now I'm audible, isn't it? Am I audible? Nope, still not. Should I check? Just waiting for you. Waiting for you all. Am I audible? Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, welcome to Examper. Today we are going to discuss digestive system, and this topic is important for the CGL because you can get question from this part. Now, how this session is going to be important? When we'll be studying about it, in between I have put some questions which were previously asked so that you can connect the dots. Fine. Now, not only in between this particular theory part, in the ending also we'll be revising using previous year questions. So we have Akif here, we have Happy here, we have Sharmaji here. So good evening everyone. Let's start. When I'm talking about digestive system, what's that? See, whenever we want to study anything, what we can do, we can relate it with the real world example. For example, if I talk about Happy, you love non-veg, I guess, isn't it? So I can take your favorite non-veg example. Whenever you are having that non-veg, if you are cutting it with your teeth, that means your digestion is actually starting from your mouth. How? When you're cutting that particular slice, now your salivary gland actually starts working, where we have a enzyme that is known as amylase. This particular enzyme actually helps in the digestion of the starch part. So one by one, by taking these examples, not only for the non-veg part, for the vegetarians also, we'll be discussing each and everything one by one. So let's start. What is digestive system? If I talk about digestion, it is the process in which complex food substances are converted into the simple absorbable form. Now if I talk about simple absorbable form, this means what? See, yes, I knew Happy about that. So what I was saying we whatever we eat, no matter it is non-veg part, it is vegetarian product, we have to make it in the simple form. That is, we want to convert the complex food into the simple absorbable form so that our body can easily absorb it. Now, digestive system, what all things are going here? Here there would be breakdown of the food. How this is going to happen? Whenever we'll eat, it's obvious we are going to use our teeth. There are four type of teeth. Which one? Incisor, canine, premolar and molar. These particular teeth are going to chew the food. Apart from that, what they'll do, when they'll be sending food inside our body using those peristalsis movement, what is going to happen? Several enzymes would be there which will be taking important things from your food, which includes what? Carbohydrates, proteins, fats. Now, apart from that, it is going to assimilate the nutrients, which I've already told. This nutrient includes what? Carbohydrate, proteins, fats. Apart from that, it is also helping us in the growth and cellular repair. Now, if I talk about the process of this digestion, so Ashvi is here, hello. So if I talk about the process of digestion, it starts with the chewing of food. That is, when you are putting the food in your mouth, you start chewing it, isn't it? That process is known as mastication. Now what is going to happen? If I'll eat dosa, I'll put it in my mouth, my teeth will start chewing it. Now saliva will do what? Saliva is actually helping in the swelling of the food. That's why I can say that it is lubricating the food. Now, lubrication is doing what? It is actually killing the bacteria. That is, saliva is slightly acidic in nature with the pH scale 6.8. It actually helps in killing those bacteria and microbes. Apart from that, it is actually helping in the easy swallowing of the food. So here we can say that it is forming the bolus. Now what is bolus? Bolus is actually that food which is mixed with the saliva. Fine. So you can directly understand whatever you are eating, dosa, chicken, whatever you eat, it is mixing with the saliva and that is creating bolus. So it is the formation of bolus where saliva is mixing with your food. And what is bolus? As already told you, it is the small round mass that can be easily swallowed. So is everything fine till now? Akif, everyone, is everything clear till now? We have discussed what is digestion. We have understood how this digestion is taking place, the process. Now one by one we'll be understanding all the organs. If everything is okay, you can just give thumbs up over here. And yes, everyone is requested to please like this video and share it as much as possible, because it is going to be a very important session for you all. So please like it and share it as much as possible. Yes, so now let's move forward. Now talking about the organs of the digestive system, what all organs would be there? It actually starts with a mouth, isn't it? So what we will do, one by one we will be seeing the images along with the explanation, and then we will be understanding the questions. We will be just discussing those questions. So let's start. Organs of digestive system. The human digestive system consists of alimentary canal and the associated glands. Now what is this alimentary canal? It is actually that pipe-like structure via which your food is actually going to different parts. That is your alimentary canal. Now this alimentary canal actually begins with an anterior opening where we can talk about mouth. Whatever we eat, we directly start from this part now. So this particular portion, that is your mouth, is actually the beginning of this particular path, isn't it? That's why it is saying the alimentary canal begins with an anterior opening, that is your mouth. Now if I talk about its ending, it actually ends through the anus part, from which excretion of food is done. Here the excretion is done, that is your waste product is taken out from your body. So till here we have discussed the basic idea of digestion. Now one by one we will be understanding all the organs, which is going to start with the mouth. In the morning session where we were discussing questions, I was discussing buccal cavity. Now you can just have a look. It is including what? Here there are teeth. Apart from that, tongue is there, isn't it? So this particular portion is actually the buccal cavity. Now just have a look. Food is actually ingested through the mouth. That is, whatever you are eating, whatsoever you are eating, whether it is dosa, it is chow mein, it is chicken, it is biryani, whatever you eat, you actually use this path. So food is actually ingested from here. The taking of food is done here in the mouth, and the chewing of food, that was known as mastication. We have discussed that. So the food is ingested through the mouth. Now talking about this buccal cavity. So here buccal cavity of mouth consists of the tongue, teeth and the salivary gland. Now you must be wondering, where is the salivary gland? Salivary gland is present over here, from where saliva is generated. Now this is important. From the salivary gland, saliva is generated, and this saliva's pH scale is around 6.8. That's why we can say that it is slightly acidic in nature. And this saliva is doing what? It is actually helping in killing of the microbes, that is bacteria. Apart from that, it is helping in the easy swallowing of your food. Very important. Now talking about the digestion of carbohydrate or starch, it actually begins in the mouth itself. That's why in the examination it is asked from where digestion starts. Digestion actually starts from your mouth itself. Very important question. It is asked many times. Hello SS Sharma, how are you? So what I was saying, I was talking about mouth. If I talk about digestion, it is actually starting from the mouth. How we are saying that? The thing that the digestion of carbohydrate is taking place over here. Carbohydrate or starch with the help of what? Amylase enzyme. That's why we are saying digestion is starting from the mouth itself. Now let's have a discussion on this tongue part. Tongue. Just a second. We will use blue color over here. Let's see this tongue part. You know, whatever you eat, we feel taste. How? Because there are several birds on this part, which is known as tongue. Now, let us assume we are eating sugar or anything which is sweet in taste. Now, hello Nana, good evening, how are you? Hello HR, no issues, good evening, how are you? So what I was saying, I was talking about this tongue part. Here, on the tongue, there are several birds. Now, if I am eating something which is sweet in taste, it may be rasgulla, it may be any sweet. This particular portion the front one, this actually tells about the taste, that is, it is actually sweet. So I'll write over here, whatever is sweet, we get to know from this part. Now, if I talk about this back portion, back part, this actually tells us that this particular thing is bitter in taste. Fine. Now, what about sour? So, Pintu is here. Hello, Pintu. Good evening. What about sour taste? If I talk about sour taste, you can just have a look at this part. These parts are actually, this part in the tongue is actually telling us that this food is sour in taste. So we must understand which particular portion is telling what, which would be sweet, which would be bitter. All these things are actually understood via using these receptors, and these receptors are present where? On the tongue. So this was all about mouth. Now moving forward, there's a question. Saliva helps in the digestion of what? Now this question is from CGL, SSC CGL 2012. Let's see who can give this answer. Waiting for your answer, everyone. Pintu, Nena, HR, then Happy is there, Sharma, up, waiting for your answer. Who can give this answer? Saliva is helping in the digestion of what? We have just discussed about it. Till then, I'll tell you, saliva was actually helping in the swelling of the food. That is, it was lubricating the food. Apart from that, it was also helping in the digestion. And HR is the first one to answer, that is B, and you are absolutely correct. You are totally correct, HR. Awesome. Saliva is helping in the digestion of the starch. Yeah, totally correct, Sharma. You are also correct. Now, moving forward. There's another question. Which one of the following is not a benefit of saliva? So we have discussed all the benefits of saliva. Saliva was having the pH scale of what? Saliva was having the pH scale of 6.8. Its approximate value is 6.8. Yeah, Nena, Pintu, SS Sharma, you all are correct. So I was talking about saliva. Saliva's pH scale is 6.8. That means it is quite acidic in nature. It was killing microbes. It was actually helping in the swallowing. So what would be the correct answer? Yeah, again, HR, you are totally correct. What we are saying that A, C and B are the benefits of saliva. That is, it is facilitating swallowing, it keeps the mouth and teeth clean. It also aids speech by facilitating the movements of the lips and tongues. That's why we are able to speak. But the question was asked that which among us the following is not a benefit of saliva and which is not the benefit of saliva? That is your option number B. So we can say that it is increasing the RBC in our body. That's not correct. That's why we asked what? Not. So that's why option number B would be correct. And here HR, Ashvi, SS Sharma, Nena, Pintu, you all are correct. You all are correct. So I'll just take the correct answer. Option number B would be correct. Moving forward. If I talk about esophagus, now what is esophagus? Just have a look. This is particular pipe-like structure, isn't it? What is going to happen? Whatever you eat, whether it is dosa, whether it is chow mein, whatever you eat, after our mouth, it has to reach our stomach, isn't it? Now from our mouth's location, if we want to reach our stomach, we need a pipe-like structure. And this pipe-like structure is actually your esophagus. So this is your esophagus. So the digested food goes to the stomach through this pipe-like structure which is known as esophagus. With the peristaltic movement, now this movement is important for the examination. In the examination, it is asked which kind of movement is done. So this is peristaltic movement. Using this movement, your food actually moves forward. So with the peristaltic movement, food is pushed inside the stomach. There is a cartilaginous flap-like structure which is known as epiglottis, which prevents the entry of food in the opening of windpipe. What is this? Whatever we eat, for example, if I'll say we are eating chapati. Hello Dilip, how are you? What I'm saying, I'm talking about a food, whatever we eat, whether it is chapati, whether it is aloo parantha, whatever it is, whenever we eat, it never goes to your windpipe. It never enters in your lungs. Why? Because there is a flap-like structure which we call epiglottis, and this epiglottis is actually preventing that particular food to go into the windpipe. Since it is playing a significant role, so you must remember, it is asked in the examination, what is preventing it to go into the wrong path? that is your epiglottis. It is what? It is made up of cartilage. That's why it is written cartilaginous flap-like structure. So this cartilaginous flap-like structure, which is known as epiglottis, is preventing your entry of food into the windpipe. Next. Now talking about stomach, your tummy part. But before that, are you having any doubt? Is everything clear till now? Dilip, Pintu, Naina, S.S. Sharma, HR, is there any sort of doubt till now? Any doubt? Is everything clear till now? What we have discussed? We discussed our digestion has started in the mouth. How? Because there was saliva, and saliva was having what? There itself there was an enzyme that was known as amylase. Amylase was digesting what? Starch. That's why we say that digestion is starting in the mouth itself. Then we discussed about the food pipe, and after the food pipe our food has actually reached our stomach. Okay. Okay, HR, fine. So now let's discuss about stomach. Now after entering the stomach, your food pieces further break into the smaller pieces and form a semi-solid paste. See, we ate what? We actually ate our food. It mixed with the saliva. It created bolus. Now that particular bolus is moving through our esophagus. It is reaching our stomach. Now in our stomach there is acid. Which acid? Let's see who can give this answer. There's an acid in our stomach. What is that particular acid known as? Which is that acid which is present in our stomach? Who can give this answer? Now again, this question has been asked many times in the examination. Which is that acid which is present in our stomach? Acid's name. And if you would have attended the class in the morning, you would have known the answer. Which is that particular acid which is present in our stomach? And let me give you the hint. This acid is actually generated using the cell which is known as oxantic cell. Let's see who gives the correct answer, and Pintu is the correct one to give this answer. Awesome, Pintu. The correct answer is HCl. So HCl is actually present in our stomach, and this question has been asked many times. Okay, so glands that are present in the walls of the stomach secrete gastric juice, and it contains three substances which includes your HCl, an enzyme which is known as pepsin, and mucus. Now, no issues, Naina, no issues. Now we can understand that HCl is present there. Now HCl is acidic in nature. Whatever microbes are left, they will be killed. Apart from that, food's digestion is going on, correct? The pepsin enzyme, just remember this word, P for pepsin. You must have, I guess everyone loves cold drink, isn't it? So there is an example, there are several cold drinks in which there is a Pepsi. So you can just denote it from that. P for pepsin and P for protein. So this pepsin is actually helping in the digestion of protein. So it may be asked in the examination. Remember, pepsin is an enzyme which is helping in the digestion of protein. PP, do not forget, fine. PP. In the similar way, there was an enzyme that is known as amylase. This amylase was helping in the digestion of what? Starch, carbohydrate. So you can remember AC, air conditioner. So these tricks are going to help you out. Amylase enzyme, carbohydrate digestion. Pepsin enzyme, proteins digestion. Simple. Now, what about this mucus? If I talk about the stomach, there is a layer. There is a layer which is made up of this mucus, because of which your acid is actually not connecting with the stomach. That's why your stomach is safe. Otherwise, there would have been self-digestion. So it's favorite now. Yeah, it's favorite. Mine favorite as well. Okay, so what I was saying, this mucus is actually helping in preventing the stomach from self-digestion. You understand the term self-digestion? Actually, what can happen? Just imagine the scenario. If I'm non-vegetarian, if I'm eating chicken, chicken must be having stomach. Now, chicken, whatever I eat, that is digested, correct? So, my body is also made up of the same thing. Everything is same. Now, my stomach can be self-digested. But why it is not being digested? Because there's the layer which is of mucus. Because of the presence of mucus, our stomach doesn't self-digest. That's why it is important part. So, we have understood about HCl. We have understood about the pepsin enzyme. We have understood about mucus. Apart from that, one more thing is there. There's an enzyme which is present in the stomach, and that is known as renin. So remember, there is one more enzyme, that is renin. There's an oxalic cell which is creating HCl, and it is again it is present in the stomach. So these were the things from this part. Now let's have a look at this question. Which enzyme digests proteins in the stomach? This question was from CGL 2016. Let's see who gives this answer. Nana. Thanks a lot, SS Sharma. Thanks a lot. Now, waiting. Which enzyme digests proteins in the stomach? We have just discussed about it. Who will give this answer? Waiting. Everyone. The question is, which enzyme digests proteins in the stomach? Which is that particular enzyme? And HR has given the answer in the super fast manner. HR, it's good that I can see your answer always in the first go, and that too it is correct. Good. Then Nana, yeah, that's totally correct. Pepsin. So we can say that P for protein, P for pepsin. This trick is going to help you out in the examination as well. Great. So it's good that SS Sharma is also given the correct answer. You all are awesome candidates. Let's move forward. So here, pepsin was the correct answer. Now what about this structure? Small intestine. What we have discussed till now? Whatever we were eating, our mouth started it. Fine. There was chewing of food, that was done. We were saying that mastication. There were 4 types of teeth: canine, premolar, molar, and incisors. Then there was salivary gland, from where saliva was generated. Amylase enzyme was was digesting what? It was digesting the starch and the carbohydrate. Then your food moved with the peristaltic movement from the esophagus part. There was one more thing which we did not discuss. Here we have a part which is known as pharynx. Actually, pharynx and larynx are there. From here, even your respiratory system is linked and your digestive system is also linked. So we'll be discussing about that in one of the question as well. Now, what happened? Your food actually used at esophagus, reach stomach. After the stomach, it is going into the small intestine. Now, what's cool about this small intestine? Let's have a look. Small intestine. Here, actually 3 structures are there. Which one? There's a duodenum, there's a jejunum, and there is ileum. Now, here, it remembers me of a song. There is a song. You must have listened. Which one? DJ वाले बाबू मेरा गाना चला दो. Have you listened that? So you can say that DJ वाले बाबू मुझे ileum दिखा दो. So here D stands for what? It is duodenum. Similarly, here J means for what? Jejunum. And I stands for ileum. Now here, this duodenum, jejunum, ileum are the part of small intestine. It is asked in the examination. And here, there's a structure which is known as villi. It is what? It is a finger-like projection where the maximum digestion occurs. So this is asked in the examination. Which particular part of the digestive system has the maximum digestion? Here, small intestine would be the correct answer. So the duodenum is a short section of the small intestine which lies between the stomach and the rest of small intestine. Now, small intestine is a long thin tube about 1 inch in diameter and about 20 feet long. Now, why have written this? This is because in the examination it is asked about the dimensions. Apart from that, if I talk about small intestine, it is actually longer than large intestine. Large intestine's width is extra, its width is low, but if I talk about the length, then the length of small intestine is more in comparison to large intestine. So you can just denote it from this particular figure. What I am saying, the length of small intestine is larger and length of large intestine is smaller. Here, small intestine is the organ of human body where complete digestion of the food like carbohydrate, proteins and fats takes place. Here itself, lipase is there which is helping in the digestion of the fats. So I'll tell about that in the later part, but please try to understand that small intestine is that particular location where maximum digestion is taking place. So Ilma is back again. Good evening, Ilma. How are you? And everyone is requested to kindly like this session and share it. Please, it's very important because this particular session contains the theory. Apart from that, there are several questions which were asked in the previous year. All the questions are from the previous year section. So it is important. Please mark it. Now, Which organ has the finger-like outgrowths which are called villi? Now this question is from SSC CGL 2017. Let's see who gives this answer. Which organ has a finger-like outgrowths which are called as villi? Villi, we have just understood. These were the finger-like projections which were helping in the maximum digestion. What would be the correct answer? Now you will see that you are able to connect the dots. You can directly connect the dots and these are going to be very, very beneficial in your examination. Waiting for the answer. Which organ has finger-like outgrowths which are known as villi? HR, again, awesome. You're always first to give the answer. Proud of you. Then comes Ilma, small intestine, Naina. Then Sharma ji is there, Pintu is there. दोपहर में ही पढ़ा, that's true. So that's true. SS Sharma, you all are correct. Here we'll say that it is the small intestine part, just discussed. Let's move forward now. Now talking about large intestine, what must be happening in large intestine? Now Ilma and SS Sharma, Pintu, whatever your food product is, whatever favorite your food product is, I am taking the example of biryani over here, which might be common, whether it is veg, whether it is non-veg. Now non-vegetarians would say, sir, there is no such concept of veg biryani. Fine. But I'll say whatever it is, it's made up of rice, that's it. So what I'm saying, whatever we eat, its digestion is done in our small intestine itself. Whatever is left behind along with the water, here water's absorption is also done and totally the solid waste which is left is actually passed forward. So what's written over here? Let's see. Large intestine. Large intestine is a long, thick tube about 2.5 inches in diameter and about 5 feet long. The walls of intestine absorbs most of the water and hence they make that particular part, whatever is left, into the solid form. Now, rectum is the last part of the large intestine where the solid food is stored for some time. Here in the rectum, there's a solid food which is left for some time and finally it is excreted out, or I'll use the word, the food is egested from our body through the anus in the form of feces or stool. So in the morning we were having discussion about this egestion. So what I told, it actually starts from the ingestion. Ingestion means what? Ingestion is actually the intake of food and finally the egestion means exit. So here you can directly denote it by E for exit, E for egestion. So we can say that food is egested from the anus in the form of feces or stool. Now let's have a look at the question. The fecal matter is removed through the anus from time to time. This is known as what? Now you can relate this answer. This was previously asked. And yes, in the SSC itself. Let's see who is giving this answer. Waiting. Who will give this answer in the super fast manner? I guess HR would be the first one to answer this. Or it would be Ilma, it would be SS Sharma, it would be Pintu, it would be Naina. Who would be the first one to answer this? And yes, everyone is requested to please like the session and share it. So again, HR is the one. Okay, cool HR. So proud of you. So you were the first one to answer egestion. Then there's Pintu who has given the answer B. Now Ashvi has given B, Sharma ji is with B. You all are correct. That is option number B would be correct. Let's move forward now. Next, talking about the accessory organs. We have discussed about almost each and every important organ. But the organs which are left are pancreas. Apart from that, liver. Fine. So pancreas, liver and salivary glands. We'll be understanding about them one by one. First of all, we'll be starting with these accessory organs. So accessory digestive glands include the salivary gland, liver and the pancreas. So just have a look at this structure. All these things are present in our body. So Sana has joined the session. Hello Sana, how are you? So Sana has also given the answer and Sana, you were correct with them. Fine. I guess your comments are coming here late. So I request everyone to please refresh so that I can get the live comments. Okay, so I was talking about salivary gland first. If I talk about the structure which is present in my mouth, there you can talk about the salivary gland which are actually in 3 pairs. So there are 3 pairs of salivary glands. First one is pituitaries. Now these pituitaries are actually present in your cheek here. Fine. Then talking about submaxillary glands or submandibular, they are present in the lower jaw. Just have a look. This one. Now, sorry, this one, lower jaw, down one. So this is submandibular. If I talk about sublinguals, it is below the tongue, just below the tongue. So these are three pairs of salivary glands. Now it is doing what? Obviously, saliva would be generated from here. I was telling about the saliva. Yes, sir. Yeah. No issues, Ilma, no issues. But I have a question for you all. My question is, our saliva is actually what? Is it acidic? Is it basic? Is it neutral? What is it? Thank you, S.S. Sharma. Thank you for the same. Waiting for the response. Waiting for the response. I'm asking, if I talk about the saliva, this saliva is actually what? Is it acidic in nature? Is it basic in nature? Or is it neutral in nature? I have already told about its pH value, isn't it? So what is going to be, Ilma is the one who has given the answer in the first go, and it is neutral. So Ilma is the first one to answer this. HR, you are quite late this time. Quite late. I'm not asking acidic, I am saying acidic. Let me write for you. I'm asking whether it is acidic in nature, whether it is basic in nature, or is it neutral in nature? So this was my question. Sana is with neutral, HR is also with neutral. Okay. See, if I talk about its pH range, it actually varies from acidic to basic in nature, where I can say that it is slightly acidic in nature because on an average its pH scale is around 6.8. Since its pH scale is around 6.8, we are aware of below 7, the value denotes acidic nature, isn't it? And because of its acidic nature only, your bacteria and other microbes are actually killed. So do not forget, it is slightly acidic in nature. Now, I was talking about the salivary gland. We have discussed each and everything. Apart from that, there was an enzyme which was known as amylase enzyme. Amylase. So this amylase enzyme was doing what? It was actually helping in the digestion of carbohydrates, or you can say starch. Whatever option is there, you can click that. But do not go with this wrong concept. Fine. Yeah, it is slightly acidic in nature. Now, so I'm writing here carbohydrate or starch. Moving forward. Now talking about this liver. What is liver? Here, liver is the largest gland of our body which weighs around 1.2 to 1.5 kgs in an adult human. How this liver is important? Below 7 acidic, 7 above basic. Yeah, Ilma, let me give you the clarity. Ilma is actually doubt in the pH range. So let me give the clarity. If I talk about the pH scale, pH range, if anything is acidic in nature, its range would be, from starting it can be anything till 6.999. It will give you better clarity, because in the books it is written lesser than 7, greater than 7, it creates confusion. So whatever it is, 6 till 6.99, it will be acidic in nature. If anything is neutral, then its pH scale must be exactly 7.0. That is, it must be 7. Please do not get confused with these values, because in the examination it is asked about blood, it is asked about saliva. I don't want anyone to go wrong over there. Fine. Talking about basic nature, anything above 7, it may be anything, 7.x, anything. So 7.1 to till it is going to 14, whatever it is, it will be basic in nature. Now I have a question for you all. Let's see who gives the answer. This was again asked in the SSC examinations, not only SSC, other exams as well. I'm talking about blood. Blood's pH value is 7.4. Now who can tell me blood is acidic, basic or neutral? 7 more basic, 7 below acidic. That's true, Pintu. Totally correct. Now my question is from blood part. This is asked in the examination. Blood is acidic in nature, basic in nature, or is it neutral? Its value is 7.4. Who can give this answer? Pintu, can you give this response? Sorry. Yeah, it is quite tricky, no, but you can just directly check this. I'm waiting for this answer because it is very important. I don't want anyone to go wrong in the examination. So Sana is the first one to give the answers. Sana thinks that it would be basic in nature. Okay. Others, will it be basic in nature? Till then, everyone is requested, whoever is online, kindly like this session and share it. Yeah. So Ilma is saying it may be basic or neutral. What I've told Ilma? I've told you if its value is anything, if there is 7 point something, whatever it is, apart from 7.0, if it is exactly 7, then only it will be neutral. Otherwise, it cannot be neutral. See, 7.4, there is some value now. That's why it would be basic in nature. Yeah. So moving forward, please remember, this is the pH value of blood which I am writing, and which denotes that blood would be basic in nature. It was asked in the examination, so I have just kept this point. Moving forward, bile is secreted by the hepatic cells which passes through the hepatic ducts and is stored and concentrated in the thin muscular sac which is known as gallbladder. Now this particular point contains three important questions. 7.0 से ज़्यादा तो basic ही होगा. Yeah, that's true, Sana. So I'm moving forward. What I was saying, there are three important questions here. If I talk about the creation of bile juice, it is done through liver. Fine. Now in the liver also there must be some sort of cells. As we discussed about SCL, which cells were they? They were oxyntic cells. Here the cells which are present are hepatic cells. Duct is hepatic duct. But the storage is actually done in the gallbladder. So these three questions play a significant role. I'll mark it with the blue color, which would be quite easier for you all. Hepatic cells, then gallbladder, and this liver. These three are the important point. Please remember, these three are the important terms which are going to be very, very useful in the examination. Creation is done from liver. In the liver also, which cell? Hepatic cells. Which ducts? Hepatic ducts. And storage in the gallbladder. So these three are the important terms. Do not forget. Moving forward now. The question is, bile juice is secreted by dash. Now this was the question which was asked in the examination, not only in CGL, in MTS, in CPO, this question is asked. But nowadays, since we know CGL's level is quite higher, it will be attested. Now, secretes by liver, stored by gallbladder. That's true. So here we know that bile is secreted by what? It is secreted by liver. But if someone asks you about the storage would be what? The storage would be gallbladder. So here HR is with B, Ilma is with liver, Sana is with B, Pintu is with A. Pintu, no. If we'll talk about storage only, then gallbladder will come. So you all are correct. Moving forward now. Let's see what are pancreas. If I talk about pancreas, what are they? Yeah, you all are correct. Good. Pancreas. Just have a look over here. This leaf-like structure, isn't it? This is actually pancreas which is present in our body. Now what it is doing? The pancreas is a compound that is both exocrine and endocrine. Now you must be wondering, sir, what you are talking about this endocrine, exocrine? We will be discussing about this in the topic glands. Whenever we will be discussing glands, there we will discuss about the endocrine and exocrine gland. Till then, please understand, it is actually both mixed gland. Exocrine also and endocrine also. The exocrine portion secretes an alkaline pancreatic juice which contains several enzymes, and this juice is known as complete digestive juice. Now, this pancreas is actually helping in the digestion of the food. Here, it's called pith. Yeah, but which one? You are talking about pith ki thali? That is your pith. We can denote pith ras. What is that? That pith ras is actually your bile juice. Fine, that was liver. Here we are talking about pancreas. Okay then, we are moving forward. Before moving forward, let me tell you there's an application of example where you will be getting live paid courses. There are several job alerts, admit cards, examination dates. Whatever examination you give, you get a result. There are several other things like topic-wise free live classes, unlimited subject-wise practice questions, daily current affairs, weekly current affairs, and how you are going to get it. Just go to the Play Store, type example over there, click on the install button, click on the open button, just do the registration and you can use it. Talking about the examination which is going to come, that is your PT examination. For that you can take the test series at ₹1. How? Just use the code PET99. You will be getting this course at just ₹1. Moving forward now, there's a question: in which of the following part crosses the digestion and respiratory pipe? Let's see who can give this answer. Ilma, you will get pitty, I'm telling you. Waiting for the answer. In which of the following part crosses the digestion and the respiratory pipe? This is common in between the digestion also and respiration also. We discussed when we were discussing esophagus. Now, just relate it and tell me the answer. Important one, important. Previously asked. Waiting for the answer. Please give the answer in the super fast manner. See, if I talk about this particular digestion and respiratory system, that means if I talk about respiration, that means I'm talking about breathing and breathing out, breathing in and breathing out. So here, there are several answers that are coming. Ilma is saying the throat. S.S. Sharma is giving answer A, that is esophagus. So sorry, you both are wrong. Here, we'll talk about the pharynx part, which actually plays a significant role in both the digestive system and also in the respiration, because it lies over here. So Sana, please remember, Pen2, please remember it would be pharynx. Next, milk converts into coagulated milk or curd with the help of which enzyme? Now, we were discussing about this in stomach, isn't it? Just relate it with the stomach and give the correct answer. And the candidates who were in the morning, I want the correct answer just this time. Ilma, you were wrong that time. This time I want you to be correct. So, I'm talking about the conversion of milk or curd with the help of which enzyme? I changed my answer, so it's C. It's your C answer. Sana is with A, renin. So, here Pen2 is with renin. And yes, renin is the correct answer. And I've told you, it is present in the children. Fine. If I talk about adults, their SCL is present. Yeah. Correct. Absolutely correct. So moving forward now. Next question is, which of the following gland does not release digestive enzyme? So this one. Which of the particular gland does not release the digestive enzyme? Salivary gland, we are aware of. Here what? Here there was an enzyme which was helping in the digestion of starch. Acha. Okay, Alma. Fine. Now waiting for this. Salivary gland, I was actually asking about the gland which is not releasing digestive enzyme. So here we have several glands, isn't it? Okay, you are quite busy. No issues, HR, no issues. So here, what would be the answer? HR as usual, in the super fast manner. Awesome. So yes, Anna. True. So here, liver would be the correct answer, because liver is generating the bile juice and that is not actually the enzyme, isn't it? Yeah. So liver is the correct answer. Cool. Good, everyone. Moving forward, which part of the tongue bears cells for the sour taste? Sour taste. Who can tell me about this? Sour means what? Khatta. So you can take the example of what? Tamarind. You must be loving tamarind, isn't it? So Ankit has given the answer A, front. Okay. Ankit, there's a friend of yours, Gaurav. He loves tamarind a lot and he distributes in the whole class, isn't it? You told me about that. Now, if Gaurav is there, ask him, whenever he eats that particular tamarind, which particular part of the tongue tells about that? So, Ilma is saying, Ilma's answer was liver, okay. So, HR is with C, that is on the sides. Then S.S. Sharma is with D, middle of the tongue. Sir, maybe pyas kaat rahi, quite busy. Oh my God. So don't start crying, Ilma, okay? So can you tell me why we start crying when we are cutting this onion? Biological question. Ashvi is with D, that is middle. Pen2 is saying it would be side. S.S. Sharma is saying it would be middle. See, if I draw the tongue structure, I've already discussed, this particular part in the front is going to tell you about the sweet taste. If I talk about the back part, it will tell you about the bitter taste. But if I talk about this side part, this is actually going to tell you about the sour taste. So if I talk about this khatta part, this khatta would be there on the side part. So Ankit saying yeah. So whenever you will eat tamarind or any of the product which is sour in taste, you will get it on the sides. So here side would be the correct answer. Moving forward, the saliva helps in the digestion of what? Saliva is helping in the digestion of what? Please answer. Is it protein, starch, fiber or fat? Protein, starch, fiber or fat? The saliva helps in the digestion of what? Is it fat? Is it starch? Is it protein? Is it fiber? Yeah, Pintu, you were correct. Totally correct. Totally correct. So here, Sana is the first one to answer this, and the answer is starch. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Answer would be starch. Next question. Which one of the following is not a digestive enzyme? Which one among the following is not a digestive enzyme? Who can tell this? Not a digestive enzyme. When I'm talking about this pepsin, I know sub P for pepsin and P for protein. There was milk and curd. We have discussed about that. That was renin. Now this amylopsin, where we have discussed about the pancreatic juice, isn't it? Which comes out from the pancreas. Now only thing that is left is your insulin. And insulin is actually your hormone, not your enzyme. That's why your correct answer is going to be your insulin. Please try to understand all these concepts along with the tricks. This tricks and the concepts combo is going to give you the selection. So yes, Sana, Sharma ji, Ashvi, Pintu, Ankit, you all are correct. Great. So here, insulin would be the correct answer. Next, the process of digestion is helped by what? The process of digestion, which we are discussing, Ilma, you're cutting the onion, isn't it? So can you tell me when you will eat onion, then there would be the process of digestion. It is helped by what? Is it enzyme, hormone, mineral or vitamin? So SS Sharma has given the answer insulin. Yeah, you were correct that time. Now talking about this particular question, who can give this answer in the first super fast manner? And everyone, whoever is online, please like this session and share it as much as possible. Waiting for the answer. The process of digestion is helped by what? Is it enzyme, is it hormone, is it mineral or is it vitamin? Enzyme. So Pintu is the one this time who has given the answer in the super fast manner. Awesome, Pintu. Then there's HR who has given the answer A. Ilma is with enzyme. So everyone is with enzyme. Sana, correct, totally correct. So Sharma ji, Ashvi, you all are correct. Enzyme would be the correct answer. Moving forward, proteins are digested by dash. So this was the question which I kept in the morning as well. Let's see who is going to give this answer correctly. Proteins are digested by what? Protease, amylase, lipase, nucleases. Amylase for carbohydrate, starch. Lipase, fat, nucleic acid, isn't it? So just denote prot. Early in the morning, protease will digest what? Proteins. So proteins are digested by proteases. Remember that? You can denote it by yourself. Yeah, HR. Good, great. Now moving forward. Where is bile stored? This time I am not going to discuss anything. I want everyone to be correct over here. So Pintu, SS Sharma, Ilma, Sana, everyone is correct. Sharma ji is correct, Ashvi is correct, everyone is correct. Talking about this question, where is bile stored? I don't want any one of you to be incorrect this time because we have discussed about it a lot of times. So yeah, Sana, awesome. So Sana was the first one to give this answer and I guess everyone can give this. So HR, Ilma is saying gall, okay. So Pintu, Ashvi, Sharma, you all are correct. The correct answer is gallbladder. Next. The fat digesting enzyme lipase is secreted by which of the following? Lipase is secreted by what? Lipase. Lipase is secreted by what? Lipase is actually that particular enzyme which is digesting fat. We have discussed this. Now, this lipase is secreted from which of the following? Is it kidney? Is it pancreas? Is it large intestine? Or is it liver? Who will give this answer? There have some discussion to do with you all. So waiting for the answer. HR or Sana or Ilma, who would be the first one? So Ilma is the first one to give this. Pintu has given the answer C. Cool. So Pin 2 was the first one actually. Second was Ilma. That is C, large intestine. Okay. Apart from Ilma and Pin 2, do you all think anything else? Sharma ji is with D. That is, it may be liver. Okay. But remember what I told you, that this liver is not going to generate any of the enzyme. So obviously liver would not be there in the option. This is the fact that liver is not generating any of the enzymes. So liver is already out of the game. So liver will not be the answer, obviously. Now the options which are left are kidneys, pancreas or large intestine. We haven't discussed anything about this kidney, isn't it? So the options which are left now after the elimination are pancreas or large intestine. So there's a tough competition between these two. See, these are the things that are going to be very, very useful in the examination. The way you can eliminate these options. So, Sana, what would be the answer? HR is left till now. HR is the one who always gives the correct answer, but HR, I request you to give the answer so that you will be correct in the main examination. So, Sana has given the answer pancreas. So, Sana, now Sharmaji has also given the answer B. So, Sana, although answer was quite late, but it was correct. Pancreas is the correct answer, and the juice which comes out from this pancreas is pancreatic juice, which is complete digestive juice. So SS Sharma, Pin 2, you all were correct. You all were correct. Now, as already told to you, you can download this application for live paid courses, job alerts, results, everything. How you can do this? Just go to the Play Store, type Examper, you can download it, enter the details and start using it. Talking about the UPSSC batch, you have to just pay ₹1 using this code PT99 and you will be getting all the things, that is 10 full length test series, section test for every subject and live discussion of full length test. Now, please like this session, share it as much as possible. Now I had something to talk to you all. I wanted to ask you, tomorrow when we'll be coming with this session, should we continue with the theory part or we should directly put the questions and directly discuss about the options? What would be the best part? What do you want, everyone? So I'll be waiting for you all in the comment section. You can just comment and tell me about that. In the morning, no doubt we are keeping the previous year questions, but in the evening where we are keeping the theory section, should we decrease the theory's length and increase the number of questions, or we should continue with all the questions and discuss everything over there? So, okay, Nandri and Vanakkam HR. Okay, that questions now. Okay, we'll be having that particular session from tomorrow itself, from 6 to 7. We'll do one thing, we'll keep theory's length quite low and number of questions would be extra. Fine. First theory then question. So we'll keep this same part. Fine. Actually, you all are legend. You all are legend. And I'm very happy that you were there in the session. I'll wait for you all in the morning tomorrow. So I'm again telling you, we'll be having this session daily from Monday to Friday. Morning's timing is 12 to 1. And in the evening, theoretical section is from 6 to 7. And on Saturday, we'll be having marathon. So bye-bye everyone. Please take care. Okay, Elma. Okay, fine. And yes, after the session, please comment and tell how was the session. So bye-bye. Please take care. Good night. Meet you tomorrow. Take care.